As you see right behind our shoulders here, today is a very special day. Today is World MS Day, drawing attention to the effects of MS around the world, which is a lot more prevalent than people really realize, Jackie.
Yeah, and a spokesperson that's been joining us for years on the subject matter and talking about advancements that are being made, but also on a local front, how we're making a difference, is Carrie Anderson with MS Moments. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
No, thank you. You guys help us spread the word and get people to realize that this invisible disease is out there, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you for having me.
Okay, invisible disease.
I said it, didn't I?
You did. Let's talk about this and what World MS Day is really all about.
Sure, it's a really a day for you all to recognize that people out there have MS, and MS is something that is, multiple sclerosis is so invisible and so different by person. And you know, we have a special day to really make people recognize what we're doing in our communities to help people realize that we're here, and we may be a little bit small, but bigger than what we thought. But we're mighty, and we're trying to make a difference. But we're also living with a disease that is literally trying to hurt us from the inside out.
Now, you mentioned bigger than you thought, and those numbers don't lie, because we thought was about half of what is really true when it comes to the numbers about people that have MS, correct?
Correct. We thought around 460,000 Americans had MS, and the MS Society recently did a study, and we found that number to be closer to 1 million people affected by MS.
And that's just in the United States.
That is just in the United States.
Now, you went back, you used a word, I should say, invisible. Yeah. Why is that such an important word when we're talking about MS?
Neurological conditions and autoimmune diseases are things that happen from our inside. Our body is attacking itself in some way, shape, or form. Autoimmune, always firing, always doing something. Our bodies with MS couldn't find something to attack. We got some kind of a virus, couldn't find something to attack, so it decided to attack the healthy cells. So we have these nerve endings, and it's like an exposed wire, and now things don't fire, and it goes from brain, neck, spine, and it's, you know, again, I use this every time I come, and it's the best way I know to explain it is, you all think about taking a step, or don't think about taking a step, and we do. We have to think about every step we take, and a lot of times every move we make, and the words that come out of our mouth, cognition is a struggle, and you know, it's finding those signals, or having to find detours around our body to get to whatever we need to do, and so you don't see that. And I look perfectly fine. You have no idea that the last 6 months has been a real challenge for me and my family, and you know, we're really trying to spread awareness about that. We may look fine on the outside, but on the inside, we're literally, our body's angry with us.
I'm glad you said that, because invisible goes to, if people didn't know you and they looked at you this morning, they would have no idea that you are battling MS. But a couple hours from now, or maybe tomorrow, you might not be able to walk.
Correct.
Now, is this weather related at all, or is it just something that your body decides to do on its own?
You know, it really just does it on its own. There's the MS Society and Ruan Neurology here in town. Mercy Ruan Neurology will tell you that climate can affect why you were diagnosed. You know, there's some real studies behind what causes MS, and we really think if we can find what causes it, then maybe we could cure it. But one of the main causes we're hearing is very much so is climate, and the further you are away from the equator, then you don't get as much sunlight, you don't have as much vitamin D, and they think there's some correlation.
And that's really reflective here in the United States too, because they have it broken down by regions, MS by regions in the U.S., and it looks like the area of the country that has the most cases of MS happens to be in the northeastern portion of the U.S.
Correct. Correct. Northeast. I believe there are 9 states that are the really where you see a higher number. I also think that kind of goes back to reporting. You know, we live in Iowa, where it's a lot more rural, and whether or not people share that they have MS, have the avenues to share that they have MS, have the doctors to even tell them they have MS. And I think that same thing happens in the Northeast. You know, I think we really need to get better at, you know, having our doctors being able to recognize the symptoms of MS, and it mirrors so many other things. But yes, I think as far as climate goes, I think it really does depend on how much sun you get. Let's get out there. We need these clouds to go away and this rain to go away.
Now, what about gender? Are guys more susceptible? Because a lot of times you hear about guys having MS, but that may not necessarily be the case.
Yeah, that's not the case. More women than men. So you're looking at 63% of people who are diagnosed with MS are women. So
now, that was back in 1976, but the current number now 74%. That's
It's even higher.
That's even higher.
Sorry,
yeah.
I looked down.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Yes.
So if we ask that you take a moment today and realize what you see might not be the entire truth. With World MS Day, you can get more details on how they're doing with research, the national level, the world level, really, by heading to worldmsday.org. Lots of details there for you. But every year there's a little bit of a theme that they want to focus on, and this year it's all about invisible. So if you want to talk about this, if you want to share it on social media, we encourage you to use #MyInvisibleMS, as you see there on your TV screen. Now, the beautiful thing here that we can talk about this morning, Carrie, is the work that you're doing to bring awareness and attention to this on a local level with MS Moments.
Yes.
So let's talk about that, how we're seeing change, how we're seeing advancements and help here to local families, and how you're able to fund that through wonderful events.
You got it. I think that through the work that I was able to do with the MS Society, I saw an opportunity to help people locally right now. The MS Society's work is so driven toward research, and we need it. And our Navigator program, if you're diagnosed with MS, you could pick up the phone and you get someone who can help you right now with resources in your area. And one of the resources that they will tell you about if you call from Iowa is MS Moments. MS Moments was founded 4 years ago, completely grassroots organization. We have 11 board members who are 100% volunteer. They work their 60-hour work week, yes, and then they come and they fight for families like mine right here in Iowa. Our first year we approved 3 families, and last month we approved our 75th family in Iowa. And we pay for health club memberships, acupuncture, and medical massage. We want to keep families moving. MS is a expensive disease. I believe we were talking about numbers earlier. In 2004, the average family spent $16,000 a year for MS. Now it's $80,000
Oh
a year.
my goodness.
So if we can take that burden away and keep them moving, there's a lot of studies done about exercise and MS and wellness and MS and just moving. This isn't about weight loss. This is about getting out socially. You're in a gym, your people are around you. Get moving, get out of the house. That's right, get out of that house. Get on a bike, get in a pool, and get moving, and keep those muscles going, and keep that muscle memory of what I have, and keep that moving. And that's what we've been able to do, and I'm super proud, and I'm blessed with an amazing board that never grows tired, and I'm surprised that they haven't. In fact, I asked the question last night, are we tired? We're tired, but we know there's so much work to do, and between the MS Society and MS Moments, we're making that happen.
Now, speaking of movement, you have a big event coming up here next month. I want to make sure people are aware of.
We do. June 8th, come out to Governor's Days in Grimes. We are I can't tell you how lucky we are to have the City of Grimes and the Grimes Chamber on our side. They have let us take over a day and have a bags tournament. Last year we had 94 teams play.
Goodness.
And we are hoping for 96 this year and max it out, maybe even more.
The bags tournament, which is on ESPN now. I'm not sure if you've seen that this past week.
I have. But you know, who wants to play like that? If they're going to throw every single, I'm not perfect. I'm not.
I love it. And this is the 9th annual. So this is something you've been doing for years, and bagging for a cure. Love that idea. But going back to Governor's Days, it's not just about bags. You have a carnival going on, incredible rides, prizes. This is truly for the entire family to come out.
There is something for everyone. We have a 5K, we have parade, yes, come out and see. Grimes is growing, and I think one of the fastest growing communities in our state, and just great people, great schools, and so much to offer. But come out and check it out. There's carnivals and $20 all you can ride rides and bracelets, and there's something for everyone. But you know, we're grateful that they've included us in and their party for the weekend.
Absolutely.
We're also sponsoring that night on Saturday night. We're sponsoring Monkey 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 MS Moments is.
Really?
We are. So
Oh my goodness.
come out and dance and listen to some music.
That is
and-
awesome.
Yes. So just a little bit of something for everyone.
I want to go back to that full screen for the bags tournament. We want to make sure you get registered in advance if you can. Obviously, if you want to walk up, you're more than welcome to, but you can save a little money if you sign up before June 6th. And it's May 30th, y'all, so June 6th isn't that far away. So sign on up, but realize we're giving back to an incredible organization, MS Moments Iowa, which is helping local families that are dealing with MS, keeping families moving. More details, they can check you out online as well.
Please check us out. We have a brand new website we just rolled out, www.msmomentsiowa.org. We're trying to raise $100,000 this year so we can help some more families, and we can't do it without all of you. So thank you.
I think you'll be able to accomplish that. And you get the big bike ride coming up on the 22nd, so you get more
Yes.
information at your website as well.
Amen. Yes, June
works.
22nd, bikems.org.
That works.
Okay.
All right.
Woo! Lots of great things going on, but most importantly, let's take a moment and realize it is World MS Day, and realize there is an invisible thing out there affecting our families, loved ones that could be sitting right next to you. So remember that with hashtag MyInvisibleMS. Carrie, always great to see you. Thank you so much.
to see you,
Thank
buddy.
you for having me.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it, guys.
It